Started I off for what?
All right, we're live.
Hello.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the new and improved Reviews and Brews podcast. I'm Dan Gill, and we got Zenodra over here.
What is up? What?
So, the brew I'm drinking today is the same brew I was drinking last week, actually. Scarecrow pumpkin juice from What Ticket Brewery, right down the street from me. What are you drinking? What are you drinking, Zenodra?
The brew that I'm drinking today is very unique beer. Not known to many people. It is called a Carona. Like
Oh, cheers, cheers.
cheers. But yes,
All
that
right, so
is
today we're currently going through a rebrand. We're trying to figure out ways to organize the podcast a little better, give you guys more interactive content. So you will. So today we're just going through shooting ideas, trying to come up with shit while Zenodra over here is putting together his backdrop for the podcast.
yeah. I've been doing this for a while now. Like the ideas, right? Just everything. Just trying to get everything kind of together.
So that's
Um,
why he's not at his setup right now. He's putting these picture frames together so that when it's finally done, you guys have something good to look at.
Yeah, it's hopefully gonna look nice. It already does kind of look nice, and it's starting to come together. So hopefully it stays like that. I just need to. I'm gonna probably finish the frames, putting them up tonight, and then from there, I'll then move on to the next step, which is putting on the what's it called?
Move on to the next
The
step, which is
putting on the shelves, and then
okay.
the shelves will hold my Harry Potter books as well as my um some of my Funko Pops. So I'm excited for that.
So yeah, so like back to what I was getting ready to ask you. So why did you opt for like that placement of the frames instead of doing it like in like a square or rectangle?
Oh, because I wanted something different. Um, for some reason, the square frame it just seems so kind of basic to me, and I don't like going for basic. If you know me, I'm not a basic person.
So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's like the perfectionist in me. I like the square just because I feel like you can then add into the middle of the square and the outsides of the square, and I feel like I don't know. I mean, your vision is your vision. Like you said, you're trying to trust your gut more, so you do that.
Hmm. It felt right to me. And I showed you like kind of like how it would look, and it didn't look bad.
Yeah. Wait, what was the? So I see you had the two vinyls. What was in the middle of the vinyls?
Oh, it was okay. So let me see. Can I share my screen here? Am I allowed to? Screen layout.
No, you go to present.
Wait, what?
You click present at the bottom.
Where's present? Oh, extra camera slides.
Share screen.
There's no share screen for mine. It all it says is slides. Video. Oh wait, yeah, I see it now. Oh, you're a mean guy. You're a mean one, Mr. Daniel.
I didn't say anything. All I did was laugh.
Yeah, but you're laughing at me
How do you know I'm not laughing with you?
because you never laugh with me.
That's a lie.
Mm, You're laughing at me. How's that from the Joker, right?
I, you're laughing at me. I feel like that's
Yeah,
from a
like
lot.
where he says like you're not. You just invited me to laugh at me or some shit. I forgot what this live. I showed you there was like that live sign on Amazon, but for anyone that's watching. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me see if I could do this. Share screen. Perfect. Okay, so can you see?
You click share screen.
I did.
I don't see anything.
Interesting. Uh,
Do you have your phone by you? Maybe look it up on your phone and show it to the camera.
screw it. It says Chrome has lost permission to share screen, so it doesn't matter. Whatever.
And it's just an Amazon live screen.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't. I can't do it. Well, it doesn't matter. It was just a live, like it says like live on the middle of it. It's pretty dope. Yeah.
I'm trying to look for it on Amazon.
So the point is to have that in the middle. Eventually, I'm not gonna have it yet. And then just get like a chair, you know. And I want the chair, the chair to be so. But for anyone is watching, so right now I'm like taking this tape so that I could put on my wall as I
This
post.
this is the side of Zenodra you don't get to see, the arts and crafts side.
Yeah, I'm very very creative, but I have to use these fucking like baby scissors because I don't have any sharp ones.
He's using kindergarten scissors, but to each his own.
I don't have any sharp scissors around.
You don't have any kitchen scissors?
No, nope,
Well, that
nothing.
explains why that explains why you're struggling with this tape right now.
Yeah, I have to go like slowly. It just like
All right,
annoying.
all right. So,
In
what
regards
are
to
some
idea,
things you want to do with this podcast? Like, I personally feel like we should at least. I feel like we should do segments, to be honest, so that
segments.
it's more organized. So that it's more organized.
What do you mean? Okay, go on.
Like,
Explain
so
that.
for instance, if like it's reviews and brews, so opening with intro, right, and
Uh-huh.
then we talk about the brew we're drinking, maybe give
Uh,
any additional information we have on them, like where they're brewed at, uh, first taste opinions on them, and then we can get into what we want to talk about for that episode,
mm-hmm.
and then after that we can maybe do like a game or some shit. Nothing
A
crazy,
game.
but like, yeah, like a game, like like a would you rather type situation, like just some like crazy random shit. Like, would you rather? I don't know, so, like something along those lines. Like, would you rather followed by an explanation as to why you chose that specific would you rather, and then end it with shit we have going on or shit that we're working on,
Okay.
and then close it out. That's that's like a skeleton brainstorm idea, but
Okay. Okay. So you want to play games? Click on. So like
I
on
mean, I'm just throwing out suggestions.
the how
I know you suck at games, but yes.
except when it comes to FIFA, I'm good, especially against Christopher Brenian. I messaged him. I was like,
He would be going off in the comments right now.
yeah, if he was there, I was like, what did I say? I messaged him. I was like, yeah, yeah, because he had like a photo with his like friends or family, and I was like, do they know? I said this like 2 days ago, because it was on his story, and I was like, do they know what? That you're trash at FIFA.
Wait, no, I had commented on his little fall picture he had posted. I forgot what I said. Let me go to these messages. Where is it at?
Hmm.
I was like, okay, trying to be artsy. And he goes, and did it work? I was like, it's like a 5 out of 10.
Is that what
And he
he
was like,
said?
yeah, he was like, let me see you try. I was like, I used to do photography, right? He was like, okay, let me see. I was like, okay, when I find a nice day to go take a picture, I'll show you. Oh, Chris Brenya.
I love him. You gotta
He's a
hang
funny guy.
out.
Yeah. He had hit me up like a couple weeks ago trying to figure out something. We just haven't figured it out yet.
Thanks
What
for
about
the
you? No, I'm saying figure out for all of us to hang.
say what you're saying.
So what ideas do you have? I just gave you a skeleton.
As we continue, yeah, well, I do definitely want to continue, doing what we've been doing in the past, where we kind of review stuff, and kind of go over what our opinions are of it. Um, you know, um, we've definitely gone into like the more broader strokes of different things in pop culture, from like what we think is like the best movies, right? Throughout the year, we can concentrate definitely on like the bigger things, like be more in the know of like of award shows as they come up, even the smaller ones, right? um like the MTV Movie Awards, all of that stuff. Of course we're going to be on top of like the big ones, like from the Emmys to the Golden Globes to the to the Oscars, of course, and Grammys.
Right.
Definitely, but we gotta find better ones, or not better ones, but even like be aware of the smaller ones so that we can kind of go over those as well. That's where we need to pay attention to. Very easy, to pay attention to like the big ones, but so those are important. We also want to pay attention because we just released a playlist. So go check that out. It's called the Reviews and Brews playlist. That we just kind of started, and we'll continue, planning to add like music from local artists, things that we really mess with. Hoping to grow that over time. It could be difficult, but with you know little time, I know we'll definitely be able to get it done. But yeah, those are definitely some of the things that I kind of want to continue on. But on a more regular basis, though, because those are like more special events. If I had to say anything, right?
Mhm.
Um, you know, I'm thinking of like, okay, we've done like, for instance, when it was Halloween, we were thinking of, okay, we could talk about, the best Halloween movies, the best horror movies, right? But like, or like in a more general sense, like best movies, right? Best songs, right?
Mhm.
Like, how do we kind of keep that format, but talk about, but continue it, right? But like, let's say, like, we're not going to be able to really do like the best movies again, because that's like a one-time thing type of deal.
Not necessarily. I mean, once like December hits, we can compile a list of everything that's come out in 2022 and do like a 2022 movie review.
Yeah, but are you on top of the movies like that? I feel like you're not, and neither have I.
I feel like I'm more on top of it than you are, though.
Whoa.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, sure.
like I definitely have seen more movies than you have, especially in theaters.
I guess so. Yeah. 'Cause I think all the times I've gone to the theater has been with you. So I don't think that's a total lie.
Did you
But
get the Black Panther tickets yet?
let's talk about what's
See,
going
and
on.
this is why I'm more on
All
top
right,
of
can
it
you
than
talk and pick a topic? I'll do it right now.
you. Oh, well, I
I
mean, we
get
could definitely
four
talk
fucking
about
tickets.
what happened.
I have to get 4 tickets. That's the problem.
Oh, who else is coming with us?
Dominique. That's the reason I haven't gotten them.
No, I mean, besides you, me, and Dominique, who else is coming?
Oh, her son Amari.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, he's dope. I like him. Black Panther.
See, I wasn't sure because she was saying that she needed to a babysitter, so I was like, oh, is it just us three?
No, yeah, no, her for babysitter for the baby. She does that.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, Amari is Amari's young, but he's like not like young.
So are we going to see Black Adam tomorrow, or are we not going to see Black Adam tomorrow?
Oh, that's tomorrow. Yeah, late.
You suggested Thursday.
Oh, I didn't talk to Nick though. Oh my head. Wait, what day are we doing?
I mean, Dominique said she can do whenever. She just needs notice. So
Let me see Saturday. I don't think I'm gonna find Saturday. Um,
but we can definitely talk about at least tonight. With the time we have left, we can hit on Takeoff's death.
let's see, 4:30 on Saturday. Yeah, no, no, those tickets are terrible. Um,
What theater are you looking at?
New Brunswick, right?
I mean, look, you could look at New Brunswick and East Brunswick.
Yeah, but I thought we were doing Dolby.
Oh, East Brunswick doesn't have Dolby.
No, East Brunswick has nothing.
Damn,
That's why East Brunswick is trash.
I wouldn't say that. At least they have recliners
That's just a Dolby and IMAX thing. For some reason, they're shit.
for East Brunswick.
No, in general, like in general, like seats for IMAX and Dolby, they don't have reclining seats.
Dolby
It's
has
just
reclining seats.
does it? Oh
Yeah,
wait,
IMAX has the plush rockers.
really? No, I don't even know that. I thought they didn't for some reason.
But then, like, I know East Brunswick has a. I think all of their seats are recliners.
I know that IMAX in New York doesn't have those.
Yeah, East Brunswick, every theater is recliners.
Check Sunday.
They just don't have IMAX and Dolby, which is crazy.
Hey, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Let me see if I could show you. The ticket, they're kind of close, but not too close. They're the third row. I think that works, right? Sunday at November 13th, 3 p.m.
Yeah, that works for me. Are there a lot of seats open?
No, not at that time, at least.
Do you think you'll be able to see the whole screen without having to like look left and right? That's what really matters.
It's third row
Is it behind the handicapped or in front?
behind it.
That might work.
All right, I'll take a chance. Mm.
Would you text Dominique?
Yeah, so I'm just asking her. I'm like, how old is Amari? Because the ticket is cheaper if he's under 12.
I mean, as long as he looks under 12, they don't care.
Yeah, it's true. All right, but she answered. 3 p.m.
What's that, November 13th, right?
Yeah, November 13th, 3 p.m. All right, getting them.
I do like how AMC lets you buy tickets with money from Venmo now too, though. It's pretty dope.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God fucking damn it. Sorry, guys. Ah,
What?
I'm trying to get the tickets. Yes. Daniel Gill. Yes. One adult, one child.
I like the Super Saiyan bang thing you got going on with your hair today.
Super Saiyan Bang. What are you talking about?
This little sign right here, little swoop.
How's that a Super Saiyan Bang though?
You know how they had that one line going down in front of their forehead, and the rest sticks up.
I guess. Oh, speaking of anime though, one additional tickets.
Well, now you got the Trunks hair going.
He is my favorite. Speaking of Trunks' voice actor, I'm watching One Piece. So good.
That's a damn lie. If you just started, it is not so good.
I'm on episode 72.
Then it's definitely not so good right there. One,
Really?
One Piece is trash for like the first few hundred episodes.
You really? Is that right?
One Piece doesn't get good until the war.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Um,
whoa! Don't be spoiling shit.
I'm not spoiling shit. I
You
just
are
said the war.
spoiling shit.
I
You
didn't give
literally.
you any details on the war at all whatsoever.
Now I know there's a war. Maybe I didn't know there was a war.
Well, you love spoilers anyway, don't you?
You-
No, but it doesn't really get good until after the time skip.
I know that there's a time skip, so that's not a. All right, one thing. Does he get his whole crew before the time skip? Like all
No.
really interesting.
No. Not his whole crew.
I honestly thought, I must have read it wrong because I didn't think he would make it to the Grand Line so soon.
I mean, you. I mean, he's. There's a bunch of places he has to get to.
Yeah, but he is on the Grand Line though, so that's good.
Like, they're gonna be traveling to a bunch of different places before he gets to where he needs to be.
Well, yeah, but I noticed it's like it is really slow.
It's super slow, and the fillers are trash.
Well, yeah, I skipped the fillers, but there's like not so many fillers that I thought. I thought there would be more fillers.
I think One Piece is like Dragon Ball Z in that like sometimes the fights take so many episodes.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is 100% true.
I still haven't finished One Piece yet. I'm like halfway through.
I don't understand. Why is it coming up as 3? Your order. Let me see.
How many adults did you buy for? 3 or 2?
No. I don't know why it's coming up like this. All right, so I'm putting 4 tickets. One adult, one child. All right. 2 A-list reservations. Okay, I think I got it.
So we have someone watching. They asked me, "What do I mean One Piece is trash?"
All right, so yeah, no, I just started One Piece. I really, I like it. I'm thinking of even getting a Funko Pop of One
This
Piece.
guy.
I'm obsessed. I'm getting obsessed. But yeah, no, I'm on right now. It's just hard. Like, yeah, I can't figure out which episodes. Like, I went online to look up which episodes were like the filler and stuff. I skipped some of the filler that I'd already figured out which ones, the ones
So
that.
so who's in his crew so far? Where you're at?
Well, we're at the part where after Sanji joins, who's also the voice actor of Trunks and in the dub. The reason I watched the dub instead of the sub is because there's so many episodes, right? So what I try to do is that I try to do stuff at the same time while I'm watching. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because I can't put all my attention on the show
Well,
because
eventually there won't. The dub hasn't caught up to the sub, so.
oh yeah, and then I'll switch over. And yeah, and by the time I get there, I'll how much farther is the sub?
I don't know. Let's look it up.
Oh wait, fuck. I was just getting the tickets.
Any dubbed episodes? So there's only 758 dubbed episodes.
Wow, did my phone die for real? That's my luck. That
So
is
so there's over 1,000 total episodes of One Piece, and only like 760 episodes are dubbed.
my what? Shit.
But I'm like past that 750, 760 mark for sure.
You watched the sub, right?
I watched the dub up until there were no more. So
You know what? I used to watch Dragon Ball Z dubbed.
mm.
We're back. I used to watch Dragon Ball Z dubbed, and then I switched over to sub because at the time, Super was still going.
Mm.
Um, and the sub was much farther along than the dub version. But yeah, and I liked Super, and I'm liking One Piece. I know you say it's trash, but
I said the first, like the beginning is trash. That's what I said.
I think the viewer That'd be so the same thing that and that he heard that you called it.
Yeah, that's because people like twisting words.
I don't know if we're twisting words. That's what you said.
Have you been watching any of like the new fall anime?
New fall anime?
Yeah, anime releases in seasons.
Oh no, I don't even know that. Because I usually no. No, nothing new.
So
I
you
just
haven't started the new season of My Hero. You haven't started Chainsaw Man.
I saw. I know. I saw that what Chainsaw Man came out. Nah, not yet. Just sticking with One Piece, and I'm just reading my. I'm like two ahead right now with the My Hero Academia. With the manga, so I've just been doing that.
Yeah, the anime just got to when Shigaraki wakes up
From what I forgot. Like so.
at the beginning of the war, Liberation War.
This is after the villain hero or the villain academia arc,
What Villain Academia arc?
as that was what the arc is called. When they just concentrate on the villains, like a bunch of
Mm,
he do he fights that guy that owns that army. I forgot what it was called.
so where it's at now is uh Hawks and Dobby fought. Uh,
Did Dobby? Do you know anything about Dobby? Like, do you know?
I know who his dad is and all that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. But that hasn't been announced in the anime, right?
Yeah, that was announced last season.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
oh, so I'm like confused.
it's because that was during the whole internship with Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki, and
Oh,
then Endeavor was like talking about his past and the one kid he had and shit like that.
mm-hmm.
So I guess they're just storming the hospitals and the villain hideout and shit like that. That's where it's at now.
Okay. How
So
many?
after the Mirko fight, and then Endeavor comes in.
How many quirks does Deku have?
They haven't even touched on Deku yet.
Mm-hmm. They haven't shown how many of his quirks he has.
No, they haven't showed that yet.
Mm-hmm. Because he has a lot. He has seven. They just in the manga they actually just showed um his last one, which is you know. So at this point, he's in the manga at least. I don't know. I don't think in the anime, but in the manga, he's definitely stronger than All Might was in his prime, for sure.
You say you don't think he is?
No, for sure he is.
Oh, okay.
Because all the one for all gets stronger with each new user,
Hmm.
right? One, and then two, it gets stronger with each new user, and then he's the only one out of all the users that is able to use the quirks from the past, like the old like each one has had different quirk. Like each one for all user has had a quirk except Deku and All Might. They were the only two that never had
Hmm.
quirks. They were quirkless when they got it. But that's also the reason why All Might was able to live for so long. Because All Might is like what 50 by the time the show starts.
I think so.
He was the number one hero for like 30 years, or not the number one hero, but he was a hero for 30 years. He was probably like the number one hero for like 20 years. You
Yeah, he
know?
was the number one here for a while.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't wait to see Deku in action though, especially
And
after all this
then
training.
oh yeah,
How much time passed in between
I think
the
they
internship and the war?
I don't even know. I don't remember. Is he training with All Might?
We haven't heard anything about Deku yet, so I'm not sure.
Hmm. Is that after he leaves? Like he goes off on his own?
Deku?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I
I,
honestly don't know where you're up to.
I mean, in the anime, he hasn't gone off. I don't think he's gone off on his own, or they just haven't mentioned it.
Yeah, yeah. No, but he's like super, super strong.
I think when they do mention Deku, they'll talk about him going off on his own to train, but they haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, no, I can't wait to just see because he's like, yeah, it's pretty cool how strong he gets. And he's like, yeah, definitely the, I think, but now it makes me think like, because like, Erie,
Mhm.
I think that she may be able to bring back at least a little bit of All Might's powers for a little bit.
Or at least like, do you think she? I mean, I personally feel like she has the ability to reverse the damage to his body, but
But I think it's a one for all just kind of works weird. So
I don't think he'll be able to get the one for all back since he already transferred over to Deku. But I feel like his body will be not as damaged at least.
it may need it too, but um yeah, because Shigaraki is already much stronger than one for all, or all for one, I should say.
Mhm.
Um, and so, but yeah, yeah, it'd be pretty dope to see All Might kind of come back. I did get an All Might pop figure,
Oh, you did?
10-inch. Yeah,
Oh, so you're getting an All Might one and an Iron Man one?
no, I had the All Might one.
Oh, okay. I see. The only My Hero one I have is Hawks.
Oh, you have a Hawks one?
Yeah, this guy right here.
Oh, that one's dope. I got a
Yeah,
glow.
I have a Gohan one. Well, Super Saiyan Gohan, Hawks, Leprechaun, Static Shock, and a Doctor Strange.
Static Shock? They had a Static Shock one? Static Shock used to be one of my favorite heroes growing up.
Yeah, it's a Hot Topic exclusive.
Yeah, when are they gonna make a Static Shock movie?
No clue. So,
I do want that Iron Man one though. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be putting these things up today. I'm too tired.
what all that tape couldn't get into you?
It's just annoying. I'm just putting the tape on top onto the thing.
Oh, it's the double-sided tape, right?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna cut it today and put. And it gets worse with every time I cut because the sticky adhesive is like kind of getting onto it. So I'm thinking it's like kind of worsening it and making
Mm-hmm.
it's making the like if I were to go to clean it every time, and which I'm not gonna do, it'll make it
Mm-hmm.
better. But hopefully it doesn't make it too bad. But I'm almost done. And I can't wait. It was hard this morning because I was like uh also trying to like figure out exactly the placement
Mm-hmm.
because I had to do, figure out exactly how to far to space them out
Okay.
to make it look nice. So, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna look nice. So I'm happy about that. Or
So What did you think of Takeoff's death
Takeoff? Who's Takeoff? Oh, Takeoff.
from Migos?
Why did I think you were talking about that? Sounded like a superhero name, and I was thinking of My Hero Academia still. I literally was. I'm not even joking. I was like, Takeoff. Did Shigaraki kill
Who
him?
died? Who died in that? No, but yeah, that shit was crazy.
I thought it was kind of crazy because I was like, especially because the way it happened and like he was just like chilling and stuff. Like he wasn't really like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wasn't even trying to fight. Like that wasn't him. It was like all Quavo.
Apparently, it wasn't. There, someone just released some, like I guess some a witness that was there was talking about how it wasn't even Quavo's fault. That was what happened.
Everyone was blaming him from what I saw.
Well, that's because everyone, like, as soon as that shit happened, everyone was like, "Oh, it was all over some dice game that Quavo was playing."
And so they just straight up started blaming him.
Yeah, so that they took that and ran with it.
And that's what usually happens. Which one? Oh shit! I still got one more. Last one that I gotta put tape on, and then I'm ready to go. And it's this one, The Godfather, greatest movie of all time, and I think Daniel will agree with that sentiment.
I will not agree with
Absolutely
that
not.
sentiment.
Absolutely not. I do not agree with that sentiment.
I do not agree.
Yeah, we all know that the best movie of all time is Forever
Leprechaun.
Will Be. Yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't say Leprechaun's the best movie of all time.
It's probably one of the worst. You're right.
That's a lie. I would say best movie of all time. I don't know. That's a hard one. I feel like it's hard to say a best movie of all time.
So Quentin Tarantino actually went on. Was he on a podcast? I believe was it? I forgot where it was, but he was talking, and he was saying like what his perfect movies were, like what he
Mm,
believed were perfect movies, and it was funny because he mentioned like a bunch of like he mentioned some horror flicks, and I was like, oh, interesting. He mentioned, I think definitely the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
like the 1970s.
Yeah, yeah, he said that was a perfect movie, and I
I'm gonna
agree
have
with
to
it.
rewatch that.
There's just one scene in it that I is just like probably one of the most terrifying scenes. And it's not even gross scene. It's just the way that it's filmed is just perfect because it's filmed like camera's not shaking, right? It's like it looks like the placement of the camera is you've seen do you remember the movie?
No, I do not remember the movie like that. That's why I have to go rewatch
So
it.
it's like when they go into the house, the camera's like placed in like a specific spot. It's like weird. It's like it looks like a security camera kind of how it's
Okay.
placed. So and so the person comes in, he's just chilling. There's no music, right? Usually when some bad shit's happened, there's gonna be some music, right? No. But then like Leatherhead comes out or Leatherface
Mm,
comes out and he just fucking kills the or he bumps he comes out of this like hidden doorway and he like hits this guy in the head,
yeah.
no sound or anything, and then just kind of takes him away. I always thought that was just so scary, not like in the way like regular sense where it's just like so bloody or anything. It's scary because it was like kind of like it seemed like realistic because that's how kind of it would be, you know what I mean? You
Mm.
don't have like if something bad's gonna happen to you, you're not gonna have some freaking scary music playing behind, and you'll be like, "Oh shit, something's gonna go down." It's
There's no
like,
soundtrack.
yeah, there's no soundtrack to your life, and so that, and then with the placement with the camera, it just all kind of made it to be like this really scary scene, and made it just like very much more blood and much more, you know what I mean? But it's just typical, you know? And I thought that kind of really made it. And I think that's probably not the reason why it's perfect in his eyes, but it definitely didn't, you know, as part of it. He also picked Jaws, of course, but I feel like everyone picks Jaws. Um, you know, as like a
I mean, Jaws is definitely not nowhere near my top 10 horror
no,
movies.
yeah, no, Jaws that wouldn't be in my top 10 either, but I understand it did create, you know, as far as I know, the summer blockbuster.
Mhm.
It came from Jaws. I think Jaws was like one of like the first summer blockbuster, and it also created Steven Spielberg's career.
That's true.
And he used to be like probably one of my favorite directors, but he's been kind of lackluster the last like 2 decades.
Yeah, I mean, Jaws in terms of like the impact on movie culture, definitely like
Yeah,
top tier
he also
in that aspect.
he also picked Leprechaun, surprisingly.
Did he really?
Ike, that movie's trash. So clearly, he did not pick that movie.
Listen, you're a hater. You don't even remember what Leprechaun is about. So
Yeah, because if it was good enough, I think I would remember,
nope,
right?
nope, nope. I don't even feel like you
Exactly.
watched
You just
Leprechaun.
fucking
You
then
never watched Leprechaun. That's what it is. You
I
never
did
watched it.
watch Leprechaun.
Leprechaun is a cult classic. So get out of here with the hate.
You know, if I was like back in the day a critic, I would start it with like Leprechaun, pot of trash. That's what I would say.
Nope,
If
you'd be like, "Damn, this is an amazing movie." Like if you were
you're looking for a
if
pot
you
of
watched that
gold,
movie
if you're looking
in
for a pot of gold,
1993,
look somewhere else because all you're gonna find is a pot of trash. You know, so
and this
you're
is why Zenodro is the number one hater in the world right now.
you're better off looking somewhere else. I'm definitely not the number one hater. I know who it is. Can name two people off the top of my head that are haters. Their names are not going to be mentioned on this
Yeah,
podcast.
we're not here to mention names.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck that. We're going to mention. No, I'm just kidding. Just throw that out the window. It's like, fuck that. No, but yeah. So yeah. Oh yeah. What were the other movies that he mentioned? I think he may have mentioned Aliens. Um, I think so. He mentioned some other films that weren't horror, of course, that he considered perfect films. What would you consider a perfect film? What does that mean to you? I know we've had this conversation before, but you know, I feel like now that we've talked more and more, maybe you have a different outlook on like what constitutes a perfect film.
I mean, I would say a perfect film for me keeps me
What's your
engaged the entire time.
uh
Like I
huh.
find myself like staring at the screen, waiting to see what's going to happen next, or I get so emotionally invested in a specific character.
Mm. Nice. You know, saying that, that kind of reminded me of a film I seen recently. It's definitely not, I wouldn't consider a perfect film, far from it, but it kept me entertained to the point that I was like, damn, this is so good that I want to like continue watching. That I stopped what I'm doing and like, you know, not that I stopped what I'm doing, right? But like that I had to keep paying attention and I was like, I want more, you know what I mean?
Right.
I wasn't looking at my phone, you know. I've done that with a lot of films, even really good films, where I kind of just like I'll be like, kind of like, you know, it's good, but I kind of want it to end. Um, but it was Werewolf by Night, probably the best thing. Actually, yeah.
I did watch that movie, by the way.
What do you think?
Um, I think that they could have done it without the black and white, and it still would have been the same type of movie.
But what did you think like of it, regardless of the black and white? Did you like it? Did you?
It was all right. I wouldn't say it was amazing or anything like that, but it was good.
I
It
think
was
for a
good.
Marvel film is really good.
Yeah, for a Marvel film, for sure.
It was
Like,
definitely the best thing out since, in my opinion, probably like It beats all the Disney Plus shows for sure. And I could say that, since this is a Disney Plus like special or whatever, right?
I don't know. I still kind of like WandaVision a lot.
Better than that.
Yeah, definitely better than Werewolf by Night.
Alright. But I would say that it beats everything except, yeah. It's been the best since like probably Spider-Man No Way Home. In my opinion, I think so.
See, my only issue is I wouldn't consider it a movie.
What do you consider?
I would consider it a limited special
Okay.
because it was only 55 minutes. Like that's how long some episodes of TV are.
Oh, really? I wasn't paying attention. Maybe that's why I thought it was like, damn, I want more.
Yeah, so it wasn't that long at all. So I'm not gonna compare it to any movies. I will compare it to like the like the series though. I would say it's definitely better than uh Falcon and Winter Soldier.
It's better than everything than WandaVision, if you're
Yeah,
gonna say that. Yeah.
you're gonna say it's better than Moon Knight too.
Wait, what's the? Yeah, definitely. Moon Knight was good at the beginning, and then kind of just like, kind of started sucking toward the end.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, what's kind of crazy with
What?
Moon Knight, that out of all every like Marvel actor except maybe I guess Paul Rudd, he's the
Mhm.
most famous one to kind of come into like a Marvel film. And he started off as like um yeah, what's it called? Yeah, he started off as on a TV show, like instead of like in his own movie, which I thought was pretty interesting. And he's
Yeah,
been
I mean, I like Oscar Isaac as an actor
But what I'm saying is that I felt like he was like too big for that.
I think it was more so about like them needing a veteran actor to portray the character that they were trying to portray.
Do you really think that?
Because like Moon Knight himself, like he's like all these different personality types, so they need someone who's able to really showcase that on screen.
I feel like there's a lot of people that could do that though.
But are they well named actors though?
No, but like I mean, why would you need a well-named actor to do that? You just need a good actor.
Because it's a TV show, so you want the name to draw attention to the TV show.
But then why didn't we need a big name actor for the other TV shows?
I mean, we already had everyone we had Wanda, who already Elizabeth Olsen already is well known at this point.
Oh, that's
Loki.
I'm talking about for Miss Marvel or something. I
I
guess
mean,
I guess
I mean,
yeah.
I mean Miss Marvel. That let's not even talk about that show because it was geared towards like children.
Yeah, I still watched it just because it's like continuation of
No, I mean I watched it
the
too, but
thing.
I'm just saying in terms of like needing certain people in roles like Miss Marvel, they could have they needed a child actor and one of a certain descent, so it was easy to go for someone who's not as popular and who can really step into the role and grow within the role.
I guess so, but I liked it. I didn't mind it.
I didn't mind
I,
Miss Marvel either.
I know what they were going for, so it didn't bother me. You know,
Mhm.
it's pretty funny how people were just getting mad about that though. So, but they were getting mad about a lot of stuff. People were like furious at um over She-Hulk.
I feel like you're just never able to please everyone, so you just
Yeah,
got
but
to take the
really,
heat.
like people did not like She-Hulk at all.
I enjoyed She-Hulk.
Hmm. I guess they were right. The execs were right because they were like, yeah, this show is the that was a show that they were most afraid of like not doing well, and I guess they were right about that.
Did She-Hulk really not do that well? I felt like it didn't do bad.
Yeah, but dude, like, you know, there's a difference between like not doing like, yes, it didn't like do horribly, but like they're also trying to do they're trying to hit like certain they're trying to hit a certain like what's the word? I guess criteria like or they're trying to make the show likable by everybody, not just like a really small portion of people. Because remember, at the end of the day, this is still Marvel.
Mhm. I don't know. I feel like people give She-Hulk shit because they don't understand She-Hulk.
Yeah, but if I'm gonna play as devil's advocate, I don't know if that's the whole case because I think some people didn't like it because of like the shit they would bring up. People got mad like over like the stuff like what they did to the Hulk at the beginning of the series, like him getting like launched by a truck, like a little jeep. Him or She Hulk being like, "Hey Bruce, you don't understand what I've been through, because I'm a woman and you're a man." And then people would be like, "Okay, but like that Bruce like tried to commit suicide." He literally mentions that in Avengers. He tried, he isolates himself. He loses like one of his best friends in Natasha. He tries to escape and lives in like some other world for like a year or something like that. And they bring up like a bunch of points of like how he's like lived a really hard life compared to her,
but
and
it's also like this
her,
isn't the Hulk's show though. So
her excuses like that she was catcalled. You're just pointing at, like, and I didn't really get bothered by that too much. I'm just trying to,
see, I
but
know
like,
I know what you're trying to do, but it's like, all right, She-Hulk is supposed to be a comedy, like
no,
the
but
fact that,
that part wasn't a comedy. That part was like supposed to be serious.
but it's a comedy show though. Like
I'm not, no,
it's shit that you can laugh at because she doesn't know what the Hulk's been through. Like for her to bring that up, like like you have to laugh at that. Bless you.
thank you. Hmm.
I don't know. I
Well,
I, I really like She-Hulk. So
that's what people like said, and so I kind of understand that, and like they're kind of right. And so, but like people saying like, oh, if you don't, that Pikachu meme where Pikachu is like surprised, like that.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So I saw somebody say like, like I said, like what they say is like, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it, right?
I mean, which is true.
And then it says like, people don't watch it, show gets canceled, and then Pikachu. And so that's the whole point though with like the She-Hulk, right? Because I made a comment defending that, and I got bombarded. Because like when I was like saying like it's okay, the show's not that bad, it's not the greatest thing,
Oh,
right?
I remember that.
But
Mhm.
it's not like a terrible show. And then somebody, I remember one, the comment that stood out to me the most. It wasn't the worst one that was going against me, but it was the one that resonated to me, that made me go like, you know what? Maybe let me rethink what I said a little bit,
Mhm.
because now I understand what they're saying. There were some that were like, "You're such an idiot" type of deal, very condescending type of deal. But now I'm like kind of getting used to that, especially when we putting music out. I'm like hearing people giving me ones and saying like, "Complete another trash," so I'm like used to that, but I just don't. I'm like, whatever. But with this comment, it made me kind of rethink what I was saying, because I was
Mhm.
like, 'cause they were like, "You got to remember, man, like they're trying to make a show that's supposed to generate like a lot of money, so they need to they need to do really really well, and especially for the amount of money they're putting into the show,
Mhm.
just being okay is not good enough.
I mean,
That's
but if they're
that should
just being okay, and people are still watching and hating on it, they're still generating money from that.
Yeah, but hating on like TikTok videos, like people were hating on that the twerking, but only after like for me, and I could give myself as an example. I wasn't watching the She-Hulk show as much at that point, and I think I missed like 2 or 3 episodes, and then I saw that twerking thing, and and I hadn't even watched it, but that was like trending, so I saw the twerking without seeing the episode, and there was like a
Mm.
lot of other people that did the same thing, So yeah, it's generating interest, but it's not generating interest in being like, oh my God, like look at what happened in She-Hulk. I gotta go get Disney Plus and watch the show. No, that's not what's happening.
See,
We're just gonna hate it on TikTok and comment on it. That's
see,
not the way.
I'm gonna say if there was no social media, I don't think people would be feeling some ways that they're feeling. I mean, I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah, no, clearly not, because what ends up happening is you get this uh, what's the word? Polarized thinking, where it's
Mm.
like, I only know this because of the MCAT, but it's yeah. So what ends up happening is if you right, if you have like I have this because I was like making trying to draw lines and shit to make it straight. But if you have this, right, and you have like this,
Right.
oh, perfect. You have the spectrum, and it's like here's the middle, right?
Mm.
So like whatever spectrum, doesn't matter left or right. If you're like with a bunch of people that are on this side of the spectrum,
Mm.
right? Or let's say go even closer to the middle, but like towards like maybe left or right, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So if you're over here, right, you have a bunch of people, you meet with these types of people, right, that have the same kind of similar, right, but they're a little bit more to the left or a little bit more to the right, and you start talking with them, the ideas are going to be amplified a little bit more to that side. So you have
Okay.
left ideas. Those ideas are going to be more polarized. I forgot what it's called. It's like polarized thinking. Let me see. I just want to. Yeah, it's group polarization. So group polarization. Let me see. So a group polarization means that a group tends to choose like an extreme position on something compared to if they were to make the decision individually. And
Okay.
it's especially when like you already have like ideas that are more similar, you know.
Mm.
Um uh that are already similar, but then you just kind of push more onto that side, right? Don't
Yeah.
confuse that with group think, where it's like where everyone is like kind of has the same way of thinking, but that's more usually because that's under like kind of like when you're dealing like in a group like where there's like a leader and stuff like that, and you want to get in trouble and start, so you're kind of like yes men in a way. That's like kind of putting it very simply. So
Mm.
group polarization is more of like, yeah, like what you said, especially on like forums and stuff like, you know here's a good example, like incels, right? Those guys,
Yeah.
like they'll get onto these forums, right? And you have like a bunch of incels like talking like of like all this shit, and then they get more amped up because these people are sharing, so their ideas get more pushed to that extreme, you know? Or like people on like Twitter and stuff like that. There's not as much dissent if there's the same amount, like the same type of people making the same type of comments. And what ends up happening is that they just get pushed more and more into that extreme.
Right.
So that's
I mean, it's also like, well, before we close out, to go to your point about the whole twerking situation, everyone posted that thing. Some people liked it, some people didn't, but that was an end credit scene. Like that wasn't even part of the main story of
people
that shit
don't
that
know
was
that. See, that's the whole issue, though, right? Like that, I know that, right? Because we watched the episode and stuff. But people don't know that, and people are very quick to judge to the point that they're going to make it at face value. Actually, let me tell you something. Let me bring up an example of something that happened previously about me, right? So, do you remember a few days ago, or like maybe a week ago, where I posted that that letter about me, like thanking, Everyone that like read maybe All I Ever Wanted, like my
Oh
new.
yeah. Mm,
And so here, and I want to say something. So in my letter, I said, let me see, what did I say exactly? Oh yeah. However, the work doesn't stop, and as some of you may know, I got something dropping real soon. My new single, "Who You Know," is coming out. It was engineered by the brilliant Sir Nicholas, so hit him up if you need to record and or get some music engineered. In parentheses, I say, "You're welcome, Nick." Do you see
mm.
anything wrong with that? Were you like
I don't see
honestly
anything wrong with it. No.
nothing? So somebody else, one of my two haters, right? Um, she was telling me that she thought that me saying that, and I actually sent this letter to Nick before I sent it out.
Mm.
And I sent it, and I told him that, and he said it was cool. Or I sent it to him, but I didn't like, he didn't say anything until after, because he was like taking too long. But he didn't have any problem with it. And the person, the hater said, what did she say? She said that it seemed like it was passive aggressive that I said, "You're welcome, Nick."
I
And
mean, I can see that. Like, I feel like you could. I feel like you could have been like my boy Nick or something like that. Like, I just feel like the very dry "You're welcome, Nick" is like
uh-huh,
I'm doing you a favor type situation. Like, if you were to in those parentheses like you're the man, Nick! Exclamation point.
hmm
It would have gave off like a different type of feel, if that makes sense.
I got you. But did you read it like that when you first read it? Did they come off like that,
I
or
mean,
you just?
I personally know your relationship with Nick, so I understood what you meant. But like maybe from someone who doesn't know your relationship with him, it's
Uh huh.
like, oh, I'm like you're welcome, Nick. Like I'm giving you some clout on my post type of situation.
So you didn't, but at first, did you see that like that? Like, or like, oh,
No,
people are gonna
I
look.
mean I didn't see it like that though because I know you, I know Nick, I know your relationship.
Uh huh.
So I didn't see it like that when I read it. It was I saw it more so as oh him giving thanks to Nick because he produced this track,
Uh
and
huh.
I'm giving him a shout out so that other people know who he is and where like how to find him type of
But
situation.
did you think that like, oh, other people are gonna see this as like bad or something like that?
No, because I mean you added him in the post, didn't you?
I
Yeah, Sir
think yeah.
Nicholas,
No, I added him in Zano. Yeah. So yeah.
and you were like it was engineered by the brilliant Sir Nicholas. So I'm like I wouldn't see anything wrong with that.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
I mean like I don't think you needed the your welcome Nick in the post at all.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you were gonna put something in parentheses, be like follow him on IG at or like and then at his like IG name or something like that. Like I don't think you need to put your welcome Nick in the post at all. But I see what you were trying to do. Like thanks for everything. Here's like me mentioning you type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
But like we said, haters gonna hate. So
Yeah, but my the point of that is that it's gonna be different for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
right. I mean, all that matters is that you reached out to Nick. He didn't mind it, and that's all that matters.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, that's just how it works, I guess.
Yeah. So it is what it is at this point.
Yeah, and then I guess we'll just keep working on it. But yeah, to everyone that joined, or
Thank you for joining us on episode 2. Uh, New and improved reviews and brews podcast. I brought a What Ticket Brewery Scarecrow juice to the set, and Zenodro brought Corona. So there's that. Well, thanks for joining, and stay tuned. Zenodro's got a new single coming soon.
When's your stuff
And
dropping?
I mean, Nick and I have to get into the studio when he's done with this show shit. So after the next session, that track should be good to go.
Dope. Yeah, and you got to start making new tracks. You should do what I do and just like drop something every month.
Yeah, for sure. I'm also finishing up some now so that when I do go into the studio with whoever I'm going to the studio with, I can just go record and that's that'll be all.
So you're gonna keep working with Nick?
I'm not gonna just work with Nick, no, but I am gonna keep working with Nick. Yeah.
Dan?
Yep.
Are you gonna keep working with Nick?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep working with Nick, but I'm also gonna work with some other people I know.
Oh, dope, dope.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, let me know. I could work together. Do
Yeah, I
some
got
shit.
you. I mean, we still have to figure out a track to do together as well.
I have the track. I just gotta go record it. Mm, but yeah. Oh, we gotta watch Black Adam tomorrow, right?
Yeah, what time are you thinking?
I don't even know. I'll have to let you know. I'll look up the times.
All right. And for all those that haven't already, go stream All I Ever Wanted on all platforms by Znodro.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and who you want or who you know comes out November 9th. I don't even know the title of my own song, but who you know is coming out November 9th. It'll be available on all streaming platforms. All
You heard it here
right.
first, so stay tuned.
Yeah, see you.
All right, till next time.
Hasta luego.